Hey guys, Rich from Rich Me Gaming. Hope everyone is doing fantastically well. And it has been a minute since we've done one of these, or since I've done one of these, sorry, sort of initial reaction to a character panel to play. And the reason being is that we tend to cover these on the weekly bugle. However, there isn't going to be a weekly bugle for the next couple of weeks. Unfortunately, I am having to go away with work. I'm going to be away from Thursday morning and not back until Saturday morning. And then the following week, I'm going to be down in London, enjoying a bit of culture, going to see the Crucible. So I thought I would jump on, and as we've had the panel to play for Blob, I thought I would jump on and do a quick initial reaction, give you my thoughts, good and bad. And yeah, so let's jump straight over and take a look at the panel to play then. So, panel to play, the Blob. This is most definitely a character that I've been intrigued in to see which way that they end up going. It's another mutant. Now, typically mutants fall on one side or the other. They're either very good or they're not particularly great. However, he is an evil mutant. So, yeah, who knows? His cards may be better than what we may think. We're not going to go through and talk through all of this. First of all, let's talk about the model, however. I really like it. Looks like he's on a medium base there. So, yeah, I think he looks pretty good as a model. I'd be interested to see how many pieces this is. I don't think it's going to be too many. Atomic Mass Games have gotten pretty good at reducing the number of miniatures. Oh, sorry, the number of pieces in each of these. And this doesn't look like it's going to be too many. Sort of, I'm thinking maybe, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and then 11 for a head. So, front and back of his torso, left and right of each arm, or back and front of each left and right arm, and then same again for the legs. So yeah, who knows? I mean, he is standing on something, so that would imply that there's going to be a piece of his foot will be attached to that, but who knows? But yeah, overall, I'm okay with it. It's not the most amazing miniature in the world, but it definitely looks like the Blob. So yeah, let's go through and take a look at his character card, and as we can see here, he is going to be a 3 threat, just as we thought. So the Blob, aka Fred Dukes, he's going to be 4-2-2 defensive wise. That 4 is very good, obviously, especially when you think about throws and that sort of thing. The 2 and the 2. He's going to struggle a little bit, I think. But I think he's got some tech in there that may help him a little bit. He's going to have 6 stamina, at least on his front side. As I mentioned, he is 3 threat. He's going to be size 3, and he's going to be a short mover. Artwork on the card, yeah, okay, it's all right. Not the most amazing. I must admit, of late, it has been a little bit disappointing, the card artwork. You guys know I have a real big complaint that all Sentinels are the same, and I'd really like to have seen 3 different pieces of artwork to clearly distinguish the 3 Sentinels. I think for the game it would have been better as well, but hey ho, it is what it is. And as I mentioned, he is on a 50mm base, so whilst that short move isn't amazing, it is to be expected, I think, with this type of character. So, starting off then, his first attack is a strike, pretty standard. It's going to be range 2. It's going to be strength 5, and it's going to be power equal to damage dealt. He does have a trigger on a wild, which is going to be a push, and it's going to be, if the target character is size 3 or less, you may push the target character away. It's after the attack, which I'm okay with, and it's a may. I really do prefer the mays. There are sometimes, situations where you want to double tap somebody, and having to push them away can be quite annoying. Iron Man, those sorts of. There's a couple of others who have to push. So yeah, getting the option there is quite nice. And size 3 is pretty good. Would have liked to have seen him as size 4. I think that would have been a little bit nicer, but size 3 is absolutely fine. And then his spender then is Thunderous Splash. So this is going to be another physical attack. Apologies I didn't mention, but strike is physical. This time it's going to be range 3. It's going to be 7 strength, and it's going to cost 3 power. So before damage is dealt, place this character within one of the target character. And then on a wild, you get explosive force. After this attack is resolved, other characters within range 2 of this character are pushed away from this character short. The character pushed this way suffers 1 damage. That's really nice. I think it's quite thematic, and I do really like this. It's it's not amazing for his power and action economy, but it really does help him. However, it is 3 power, and one of the problems that we're going to see is Blob is going to suffer from a thing that a lot of characters have suffered from lately, which is power economy. But we'll get into the parts. But I think as a spender on a 3-threat character, that is really nice. You know, you can do some very crazy things with that. You know, if you look at certain setups, you know, researcher, gamma, those sorts of things, because it's a 50 mil base, that range 2 is still quite far. And then the fact that everyone suffers a damage as well is really, really nice. Yeah, I think it's nice. But let's have a quick look at what else we have got then. So first up, we've got a throw. It's going to cost 3 power, and it's called Catch Little Man. Choose an interactive terrain feature of size 3 or less within range 2 and throw it medium. This superpower can only be used once per turn. This is neither amazing nor bad. It's pretty standard. 3 power on a 3-threat. It's the exact same throw that Lockjaw has, for example. So size 3 terrain within range 2 and throw it medium. That medium throw is very, very nice. I would have really liked to have seen this being interactive terrain or character. I think that would have been much nicer. But it is what it is. We've then got his first, or his only even, reactive, which is ha ha ha, that tickled. It's going to cost 1 power. And it says, if this character would suffer damage from an attack, it may use this superpower. Reduce the amount of damage suffered by 1 to a minimum of 1. After the attack is resolved, if the attacking character is within range 3 of this character may push the attacking character away short. I'm a little bit on the fence with this one, because obviously we have to compare it to move Thanos to one side for a moment, because his doesn't cost any power and he can negate damage down to 0. But you have to compare it to the other things that are out there. So typically what we've seen to date has been you either spend a power and you can reduce damage, not just damage from an attack, but damage to 0 by spending a power. So the likes of Crossbones, I think Kingpin has it as well. Juggernaut definitely has it. If they're holding a cube, if they're going to take a bleed, if they're going to take damage from being outside of the gamma shelter, or if they have something thrown at them or any other collision damage, then they can negate that, but down to 0. The fact that this is only attacks and it is only down to a minimum of 1 it does help him a little bit from the Mystique and the energy side. But I need to check if pushing somebody range 4. No, because they're not going to be. It's got to be from range 3. So yeah, you've got a lot of sort of energy attacks that are range 3. That are range 4 even. That you can just sit outside of that range 3 and this has no effect whatsoever. It's really nice if somebody's up close and personal and you want to push them out of the way so they can't do that second follow-up attack. But it's I think I would have preferred to have seen, especially with that 2/2 energy and Mystic, I would have very much preferred to have seen remove that push or anything like that, and it just being the normal inured to pain or whatever it's called, where you spend 1, you reduce by 1. I think that would have been much better, because part of this you're not always going to be able to use. It feels like a little bit of a waste of power, and then the fact that it is only from attacks. So even throws, collision damage, that sort of thing, it's not going to work on. So yeah, a little bit disappointed with that one. And then lastly is nothing can move the Blob, which isn't true because nothing can move the Blob unless you use superpowers. So this character cannot be pushed or thrown as a result of attack special rules. Look, there are plenty of control lists out there who like doing that, right? Wakanda's, Black Panther, has a push on there. So there's plenty of characters that have got pushes on the back end of throws, but anyone can still just pick him up and throw him, or anyone can still just, advance him or push him or throw him or whatever it may be. So, it looks after a very small amount of control that's in the game, maybe half, right? And I would have much rather seen it have maybe a little bit of a trigger, a little bit of something on there. So, more akin to like what the Juggernauts. I don't know. It just feels like very, very easy to get around. Should you want to? So, yeah. Overall, I'm okay with him. I think he's potentially going to be a okay 3 threat in Mystique. But again, my issue really comes from what's he bringing to the game. Let's have a look at the other side of his card, because who knows, things may change. So strike remains the same, thunderous splash remains the same, and same 6 stamina as well. So yeah, he's a bit of a run of the mill 3 threat character. Interesting to see who will be in, or if he'll be anywhere outside of Brotherhood of Mutants. I think there's a potential that he could be in Criminal Syndicate as well. I actually think he would work quite well in Criminal Syndicate. That tickles, his strike, and that catch little man. So some out of action damage, which is always nice. But again, the problem's going to be you're going to want to keep power on him for that that tickles, right? And that's going to probably mean you're going to struggle to generate enough power to be doing throws every round or to be doing a thunderous splash. So, those two combined may be something that you only get off 4 or 5 times in an entire game. So I think there's some potential use for him under Kingpin's Criminal Syndicate. But yeah, I'm I'm a little bit disappointed, if I'm being brutally honest. I really think Brotherhood could have really done with another solid 3 threat that does something a little bit different. Quicksilver. They've got the speedy one with Quicksilver. Obviously, Mystique is very good. Gambit, I'm not convinced with in Brotherhood. So I was really hoping for another sort of bit of a brawler guy, really, and it just doesn't feel like he is. It feels like there are better characters out there to play in Affiliation at 3 threat, and yeah, overall a little bit disappointed. But guys, let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Am I being a little bit harsh? Is there something there that you guys are seeing that I'm not? Because I have to be honest, I'm not really that enamoured with him at the moment. But who knows? Who knows? He's got tactics cards and things like that. So it's that can always change a character and can make them more than viable. So it'll be interesting to see what he comes with. Guys, if you've liked the video, please do leave a like. It really, really does help with the whole YouTube algorithm thing, or at least I'm told it does. If you want to support the channel even further, there's 2 ways in which you can do that. First of all, we have our Patreon up and running. From as little as £1 a month, you'll be entered into our monthly prize draw, where you can win a character pack or a standard character pack of your choice. So you could be getting Blob and Pyro he comes with. as a prize. And then secondly is we do have our merch store up and running as well. Again, there'll be links down in the description below to that. And we did add a couple of new things in there over the past couple of weeks. And let me know, guys, if there's anything that you're interested in from a merch perspective, let me know and we'll see what we can knock up. If you haven't joined the Discord yet, please head on over and check that out. And as always, guys, it leaves me with just enough time to say stay well, keep safe, and until next time, bye for now.